When you knock hard enough, the universe will answer. I'm gonna say that again. When you knock hard enough, the universe will answer. What do I mean by that? So I'm gonna give you 2 quick points. So my teacher in grad school used to say all the time, to name it is to tame it, right? To name it is to tame it. That means it's simply identifying the problem so that you can work on fixing it, right? So I want you to think about what's that thorn in your side, like you like what's the Achilles heel that you have? What's that problem that keeps popping up in your life? You gotta get to the point that you tired. And once you've identified that thing and you start knocking, I want you to go after it, right? You gotta start knocking. You gotta figure out what life looks like in the future. What do you want in this life? You have to go after that thing and try to attain it with everything that is in you. I want you to think about, like, what would life be like if you got that job, if you got that career, if you lost some weight, if you got that relationship, if you fixed your mental health problem. What would life look like if you started knocking? You gotta get up and you gotta go out there and chase after that thing. And this is the thing about it. This is point number 2. After you start knocking, they might not answer, right? So stay with me. They might not answer right away. You gotta knock, and you gotta knock hard, and you gotta keep knocking. You gotta consistently keep knocking, right? You gotta keep going after that thing. I'm gonna tell you a quick story, right? And how I kept knocking. So I had just got out of, I went to a community college, right? It's called LMC. My grades sucked when I was in LMC. I had like a 2.2, right? So I get to the point that I want to transfer to a university, right? And I needed a 2.5 to transfer to this university, right? And so I had to go back and retake some classes. Stay with me. Pay attention to the knocking. I had to retake some classes, right? So I'm knocking, and so I get an A and I get a B in these classes, right? And so I get my cumulative GPA, and I'm expected to see at least a 2.5 so I could transfer into this university. But right, I get a 2.49. A 2.49. And so I'm disappointed, I'm hurt, right? But I have been knocking, and I have been trying to figure out how I was gonna get into this college. I had got denied once because my GPA was too low. And so I'm trying, I had retaking these classes. I'm getting frantic at this point. But I knew I wasn't gonna stop knocking. And so before I put my head down and tapped out and gave up, I wrote the admissions lady and said, listen, ma'am, I have a 2.49. I had taken these classes. Is there anything else I can do? What can I do to get in? And you know what she said back? Nothing. Silence. I didn't get a response. She never responded to me, right? And so about a day or 2 later, I received an email that says, congratulations, welcome to Andrews University. You gotta understand, when you knock and knock loudly and persistently, the universe has no choice but to answer. It's like it has a funny way of bending around your will to make that thing you said happen. Knock and knock loudly. Go out there and get what you want in this life. There are a lot of rooms in this world with your name on it. You've just yet to knock on the door.